Can you hear me? I can't. Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, now you just need to unmute it.
Okay. Do you want me?
Hi.
Hi. Do you want me to turn my camera around?
So, do you just know how to get to the little rotation screen right here? Just hit the little lock button,
Okay.
and then it should move. It should flip.
Let's see.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for tuning in. So just flip your camera.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Up, you're present.
Perfect.
There we go.
Hi.
Perfect. Hi. Well, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. You look great.
Absolutely.
Do me a favor. Do you have something where you're able to prop up your phone a little bit more, just so you're not looking down?
Yeah. Like make it higher. It's on a tripod.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Oh, that light. Is that better?
Yep. And then just tilt the screen down just a little bit now.
Okay. Let me know when.
Okay. I think it should be good.
There?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. How are you?
Good. Actually, well, now that you move back, the frame's completely different now. So let's see here. Can you just maybe scoot forward a little bit, like how you were?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I would maybe tilt it down just a little bit more if possible then. Okay, probably like that, probably.
Yeah, it's not staying. I could just like maybe sit on pillows.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, that looks good
Okay.
actually.
I'm so
Perfect.
short,
Okay,
that's
good.
why.
That's okay. Well, we're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be a super easy interview, just a chance for us to get to learn all about you and hear your story. So I will guide you through the whole thing, okay? But you
Perfect.
look great. So I'm just gonna hit record.
Recording in progress.
Alrighty. So just go ahead and introduce yourself. There's a big hi, friendly hello, and tell me your name, age, and where you live. Go for it.
Hi, my name is Pammy Kyle. I'm 40 years old and I live in Rolling Hills Estates, California.
Perfect. Okay, so tell me all about you. Tell me about your backstory, where are you from, what do you do for a living? Walk me through it all.
Okay, so I'm a stay-at-home mom. I do have a clothing line online that I did during COVID. It's not doing very well now. I have to like rebrand and restart the website, but originally I just worked from home, stay-at-home mom, doing mom things. I was born in the Philippines. I came here when I was about 3 and I've been here ever since. I always lived in Rolling Hills, Palos Verdes area, and I love it here. Like I feel like, because I used to live in LA and go to fashion school, and now it's like, since I'm a mom, I need to settle down. So it's very peaceful up here. I really love it.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, thank you for that backstory. So tell me more about you. Tell me about like your family. Are you married? Your children? Tell me more.
So I was married for 15 years. We have an almost 14-year-old son named Stavros. We recently divorced maybe a year ago because he just couldn't put up with all my surgeries and things like that, because he thought like I would never be happy and he thinks I'm selfish and all that kind of stuff. I grew up without a dad. My mom's very close to me. She kind of disowned me for a while because this whole plastic surgery like journey that I'm still trying to perfect, and so did my brother. So my only family really is my son's dad and like my boyfriend.
Got it. Okay. So, all right. Well, we're gonna talk all about plastic surgery, obviously, but before we do that, I'd love to hear just a little bit more of your backstory, okay? And just more about who you are. So tell me like a little bit about your personality. How would you describe yourself and how do others describe you?
Well, I'm very nice. I can't say no. I'm a people pleaser. I have OCD. I clean the house every single day. I used to go out and party, but now I'm just more like, trying to do my clothing line, trying to like grow my YouTube channel, and just like being at home, just very chill. I think all the party stuff like just slowly went away, but I do love like dinners. Me and my boyfriend go out all the time just to get dressed up and just have like nice dinners. I recently just finished my first novel, still waiting for it to be published. It's about body dysmorphic disorder and self-esteem issues and all that kind of stuff, which is I'm so very proud of. Yeah, I'm just like a homebody who just likes to get dressed up for no reason, and I'm pretty boring now. Yeah.
Well, tell me more about this book that you have. Why did you write it? Tell me everything.
Okay, so it's called Dysmorphic, the book, Perfecting My Mirror. When I
Here,
was,
maybe start that sentence over and say, just I know you already said it, but just say, I wrote a book called, or however you just full sentence.
I wrote a book called Perfecting My Mirror, Dysmorphic. It's about body dysmorphic disorder, which I learned that I suffered from since I was 12. I believe it's all from childhood because my grandmother would dress me up every day, every single day, as though we're gonna have a visitor, even though we don't. She was always pinching my nose to make sure it's small, tapping my chin so I don't have a double chin. So I think that's how I became such a perfectionist with how I look, because like her and my mom would always tell me like never go out of the house in sweats, never go, like I always had to be perfect growing up my whole entire life. When I was 16, a friend of mine actually told me like, oh, check out this disorder. I was like, oh my God. I was like really young, so I didn't really understand it much. And then as I progressed, I just became more obsessed with myself, and I would always beg my mom for a nose job. She said no. So finally I was 25 when I first got my first nose job and breast augmentation.
And so, okay, so really quick though, going back more to your backstory, and I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. So that was your grandma. Was your mom like that as well? Or tell me more about that.
Okay, so my grandmother was very like, you have to walk around like people are watching you. She would be so strict. When I would be like dinner table, she would strap me to like a chair to make sure I'm like upright, no elbows, very like etiquette and very like well bred and well mannered and proper. And then she passed away in 2008, and my mom still does that. I'll come from like the gym, visit her at her office, and she'll be like, never come back here looking like that. People can see. Like she's all about what people think. It doesn't even matter if I'm happy or not. It's just whatever people see, that's all she cares about. So she's always like, every time she has like Christmas parties, like she would have to approve my dress to make sure it's extravagant enough for her people to see.
Tammy, tell me one more time. My grandmother passed away, but my mom is just like her in care, and then just say it back.
Okay, so when my grandmother passed away, my mom is just like her, but she's worse. And she would always like tell me to be perfect and never go to her office looking even 99%. It needs to be 100% perfection all the time.
And like, give me examples. Like, what does that mean to your mom? Like, my mom wants, and then just like list them off the rules.
Okay, so my mom wants me to be perfect. She doesn't care if I'm happy or not. It's always about how people see us and how her clients and her colleagues see me. So she always wants me to visit her, and I would always, and being a mom, it's a lot of pressure too, especially when my son was a newborn, because I would constantly have to wear heels. She will not let me wear flats around her. It's always heels, dress, don't wear jeans, you're not a boy. Just very strict, like, why don't you have your makeup on today? Just very toxic. And it's been like that since high school. So there's so many, I can't even, like the gym, like I come from the gym, I'm just giving her coffee, and she's like, never come back here wearing gym clothes. Like, what are you doing? You're embarrassing me. Just little things like that.
How does it make you feel?
makes me feel like I'm not good enough, or I should be prettier, I should be skinnier. She'll be like, "Oh, did you gain weight?" After COVID, I did gain a couple pounds. She's like, "Okay, you're kind of getting chubby." It was just always negative. It's never like, "You're so pretty, you're so smart, we love you even if you get fat." It's always like constant scrutiny. And then I started getting plastic surgery, and then she disowned me because she's like, "Why would you do that to your face? You're so pretty." So
And so tell me, like, do you feel like with your mom you can't win? Like, this is what she wanted, but then she gets mad at you, or tell me more.
so she wants me to be perfect, yet she's not into aesthetics or plastic surgery herself. She thinks natural. So she's contradicting herself, right? Because she thinks natural is better, but then I would always have to get lashes and like long hair and look like I have to be somewhere where I just dropping off for coffee. So I feel like she's always trying to show me off or trying to make it seem like, oh, my daughter is like so perfect just by her looks. And then it comes to plastic surgery. She's like, "Why are you do that? Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill yourself? You have a son. You're being selfish," and just on and on about. I feel like this whole thing happened because I would always, she would be like, "Oh, your thighs are getting fat." So like a month later, I'll get like lipo on my thighs. And she'll still say, "Oh, it didn't even change anything." You know, so it's just, yeah.
So how do you feel? Like you can't win with your mom? Like if you do it or if you don't, you can't win? Or tell me more.
Yeah, like I can't win with her. She wants me to be perfect. I'm over here getting all these surgeries back to back to be perfect. And then she's like, "Oh, you don't need it." So it's so confusing. Like it's so confusing because all my life she's always like, "Pinch your nose, make sure your nose is small." Like, I don't know where you got your nose. Why is it so big? Like, her and my grandmother, it all started with the nose and like the double chin. And I was very skinny here growing up. And I'm just not gonna win with her. It's double standard. Like, she wants me to be a certain person, yet I'm trying to be this different person. She's not happy. It's just nothing's gonna ever like make her happy.
So the nose and the chin, is that all they say, or do they say, or is that where it started, or what else?
That's how
did
it
they
started. Because I just remember as a little girl, she would put me to sleep, my grandmother or my mom, whichever one was available, and they would just go like this to my nose, right? Because I guess that's what they did back in the day to make sure it forms. Because I had a really big nose, and she would have this paddle. I guess like that's what they did in like the 80s or whatever, that I would have to do this like 10-15 minutes a day with that paddle so it won't grow fat on my chin. So I had like maybe six like neck lipo, chin lipo, and then it just never. Maybe I went to the wrong surgeons, but it just never. They can never give me what I want.
And what does your mom like do for a living? Do you have other siblings?
Yeah, I have one older brother, and my mom owns her own real estate company.
And what's your relationship like with your brother, and your mom's relationship like with your brother?
They pretty much gave up on me like decades ago because I keep doing surgery and I keep saying I promise I'm not going to do it. And then like in 2020, I did like 16 surgeries, and they were like, my son was traumatized by it because all the stitches and things like that. So, no, my only family now is like my son, my boyfriend, and my ex-husband. Those are the only people that I talk to.
Okay, and so, okay, I'm just trying to think because we have a lot to cover. We've already covered a lot, but so your brother though, did your mom and your grandma do that kind of stuff
No,
for him, or okay, tell me more.
no, he could dress the way he wanted. He could shave his head if he wanted. It was just more me. Because I guess growing up in the Philippines, you have to have this ideal look to keep your family name. So they're very big on that. And maybe they just said, "Oh, well, he's a boy, but a girl always has to be perfect." Like, I had no childhood. I don't even know if you want to get into that. I wasn't allowed to go outside, nothing. I was an indoor child.
Okay, tell me about that.
So,
And tell me one more time where your family is from. One more time, and is it the culture?
we're from the Philippines. So I remember growing up, me and my brother could never go outside. We were like allergic to like grass, dirt. We would look outside the window when kids are like playing and we want to go out there. They're like, no, do you want to get kidnapped? Do you want this? Do you want to get sick? That's bad for you. The grass is bad for you. So we were just inside. It was to the point that my brother and I were so clean, we would have these, I don't even know eczema um, was around that time, but we would just have like rashes out of nowhere just from being inside.
Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. So tell me now then about going back really quick to your personality and just like who you are. Like, tell me just like more about you. You said that you're a nice, you're a people pleaser. Like, how would your friends describe you? Like in your group of friends, like, are you kind of like the voice of reason? Is the drama around you? Are you the mom of the group, or like you tell me like who are you?
I am probably the one who jokes around the most. I don't take anything seriously. Everything is a joke, or I'm super sarcastic. Um, I'm super funny when I want to be. And they call me like an adult child because I am 40, but then I'm still
Here, family, just tell me. My friends call me, and then
okay.
tell me that.
My friends say that I'm very funny, spontaneous. Um, I'm super sarcastic, and I'm loud and obnoxious sometimes and annoying.
Okay, and then tell me one more time as well. I'm kind of like an adult child, or however you want to say it, and
Okay.
elaborate.
So I'm kind of like an adult child. My mom spoiled me till I was 27. And then I met my husband, who I had a baby with, and he kind of took over my mom's responsibility, spoiling me. So I started having bills of my own, maybe not even a year ago. Like I was always just given everything that I wanted.
Okay, got it. And so now, okay, wait. So you're. What about? What else? What else would your friends like say about you?
Well, it's only my ex husband and my boyfriend, and maybe my
Did you
mom.
did you lose your friends because of surgeries, or did you used to have friends?
I, I no, I don't think I've always been a loner. I would have group of girlfriends, of course, growing up, high school, college, but they never really knew the real me. I would always be fake, or they would never know what I'm struggling with. I don't talk to them about plastic surgery or how ugly or hideous or whatever I am. I would just fake it. I would like get drunk and forget my problems, but no one really knows who I really am except for my ex-husband and my boyfriend, and my son, because I keep that stuff hidden. I'm not the type of person that like will vent to someone like, "Oh my god, my plastic surgery is so botched," like, because I won't even take their advice anyways. So yeah, I grew up with no friends. I don't even remember if I even had a friend that's a girl.
So when you say they didn't know the real you, who is the real you? What part of you didn't people know?
I am very insecure. I look in the mirror, nothing's ever good enough. Um, I would lie. We'd go to a party and I'll see like a really pretty girl and I'll be like, "Oh my god, my mom needs me to come home. Something happened," because I couldn't face what I saw. Um, so I would just I was just like hanging out with girls just for the sake of like going out and having girls night or what, but it wasn't real. It wasn't real friendships. Even my coworkers before, they don't really know who I really am because I just fake it. I can't be myself with them because like they'll be like, "You're so vain, you just want attention, you're so pretty, but you're saying, you're botched," and like they're not gonna get it.
Okay. Okay. And so, all right. So tell me. And so you live with your. Who do you live with? Your boyfriend and son, or who do you
No,
live with?
just my son. My ex-husband moved out like a year ago, so we co-parent.
So if you were to do the show, where would your son stay?
Oh, his father's house.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Mm.
Okay, so walk me through one more time about the plastic surgery. So when did you start getting plastic surgery and what did you have done and what have you had done overall?
Okay, so my plastic surgery history, I was 25. My mom was like, absolutely no surgery. I am not going to pay for surgery. I had no money. My boyfriend, who's my ex husband now, got me a care credit card and he agreed, just do nose and boobs. I wanted more, but like just to start nose and boobs. Um, and then I was 25. I gave birth to my son at 27. I went back to the same plastic surgeon. I was 98 pounds with big boobs. And he said, oh, your skin's sagging, let's lipo this, let's lipo that. I'm like, okay. And then he said, oh, you're kind of losing volume on your cheeks. That's what happens when you're pregnant or you just lose volume in collagen. Let's like lipo it and put some in your face. I did not look like anything. I didn't even look like myself. And then the same surgery, I had a blepharoplasty because my biggest fear in life is looking Asian. It's not that I have anything. I'm half Chinese. I just don't want to look Filipino or Asian. So then he gave me a blepharoplasty. It looked exactly the same. A month later, I did it again. So I was like, I give up with this plastic surgeon. He just probably wants my money because he did my nose job. My boobs were okay. My nose looked exactly like you don't even see a change till this day. You just don't. So I did that, and then I found another plastic surgeon who did like a 360 lipo, and we did a couple of rounds of that because I was pinching my skin, and I'm like, why is there still fat? And then after that, he removed my fat grafting. And then he didn't get all of it, so we had to do it again. So it was very painful. My face was so swollen. And then one day I woke up, I'm like, I want dimples. So I found a dimple plastic surgeon, and he was actually like, yeah, it's not on my website, but I do it. I'm like, okay, how long does it take? Whatever. So this one would always stay, but my right never did. So he tried maybe 3, 4 times of trying to get the dimple to stick. And he said, Pammy, you know what? I think you need to get your buccal fat removed because that's why it's not staying, because your fat pads are very big. That was the most excruciating pain ever. And then we finally tried it one more time. It really didn't stay. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to like move on. So I took a break for a little bit. So this is like, I was already like probably like 30, 31 at this time.
Here, Pam, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No.
tell me one more time, but give me the Cliff Notes version of this, okay? So when I was 25, when I was 25, I got my boobs and nose done for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I have had, and just list them.
Okay. So when I was 25 years old, I got my first plastic surgery. I got a rhinoplasty in my breast aug. Since then, I had buccal fat removal, dimpleplasty, 360 lipo, tummy tuck, another tummy tuck. I got a facelift. I got like my second nose job. At this time, maybe like third blepharoplasty, lipo on my thighs, a couple times my arms, and then like chin, like a mini neck lift. This was after the facelift that I didn't need. What else did I? I can't even keep track, to be honest with you. And then I got my breast, my implants removed, and then I'm trying to get them back, and I'm just so botched. Like if you see me, I'm literally Scarface. Like my body is just scars, like everywhere.
Okay. Tell it to me one more time, just even a shorter Cliff Notes of what you just said. And then like I had lipo all over my body, just like that vague, okay?
Okay.
So when I was 25, tell me it one more time.
Okay, so when I was 25 years old, I got my first round of surgeries. I got my nose job and a breast aug. Since then, I got fat grafting, 360 lipo all over my body, dimpleplasty, buccal fat surgery, neck lift, facelift. I removed my boobs, um, tummy tuck reversal, an alarplasty, fat grafting removal, like just to ballpark it.
Okay, okay, got it. So tell me now, um, tell me about regrets. What do you regret? What do you wish you never did and you just wish you were back to your normal natural self? What is that?
I don't regret the surgery because I do see a little bit change in my appearance. I don't like how it's not nicely done. Or, I want a certain type of look. They say they can do it, and it's not even close to what I want. And I just keep going under the knife, and like I keep regretting it every time. I keep saying I'm never getting surgery again because it's like my stomach, I can't, it's so lopsided, my boobs are lopsided, like I can't even look at myself. Like I'll take a shower in the dark because it's so disgusting to look at.
Okay. So tell me more though. Like what, give me specifics. What do you regret? What do you regret?
Well, I regret getting a tummy tuck for one. I had very just saggy skin from pregnancy or stretch marks or anything like that. And I regret the fact that I got a tummy tuck during kind of COVID, and then you're supposed to do health and like diet, exercise, and I just didn't. So I feel like I did that to myself. And I just regret like risking my life going under the knife when I have a son. So all these surgeries I pretty much just did it awake just to make sure. And I regretted all the money that I spent because that money could have gone somewhere else. I regret like losing my mom and brother and now my ex-husband, all because of this hobby or cycle that I'm going through.
Tell me about the money. How much money have you spent? And is it like all your savings or tell me more?
Initially, it was Care Credit. The first round was like 15,000, and I would get credit cards to pay for it. I worked for a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills where he gave me so much discount. That's when I went ham on everything. This was in 2020. Or I would like sell stuff to get plastic surgery. I would do these little side jobs just to save for surgery. Um, yeah, I mean, I would have so much more savings if I didn't do anything.
How much have you spent on surgeries, like ballpark?
Maybe like 100,000, maybe more. Because the tummy tuck alone was like 20,000 already. That was just that, and then I had to do the reversal and the skin and like excess skin removal. So ballpark around there, maybe more.
Okay. And then tell me about the breasts. What you regret the breasts or tell me more?
I always thought like my breast made me look top heavy. They were just full C's, right? Top heavy. I had this in mind. Maybe if I take off my boobs, I'll lose a couple pounds. So I went in awake. They removed it, and I didn't even lose pounds or anything. And then now it's like rippled, saggy, disgusting. So I regret that too. Like I should have just kept it, right?
Okay. I'm just trying to think of how we should say this about your breasts. So walk me through it one more time. So you thought you were top heavy. So you've never had implants, or have you? Or
No.
tell me
Okay.
one more time about your breasts.
Okay, so when I was 25, I got a breast augmentation. I gained a little weight, so it made me look top heavy. I was about 30. I'm like, I don't want them anymore. They removed them, thinking I was gonna lose pounds, which I didn't. Um, and now they're just disgusting. They're like saggy. My nipples are weird. Just stretch marks, rippling. Just I can't even look at it. Like
Okay, so you had the implants in, then you had them
removed.
removed, and they're like that because you had the implants in before. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm just trying to think. Just want to make sure we have everything properly. Okay, so I know you've already said it, and it totally makes sense. Let's just say it one more time. Okay, so I originally wanted to get my boobs done, and then tell me why. And then tell me about the top heavy part. So you had it removed, and because you had it removed, they look like this, and like you should have never touched them in the first place. Tell it to me one more
Okay.
time.
So initially, I wanted a breast aug because I was flat, and every guy wanted big boobs. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Do something subtle. So I did that, gained a little bit of weight, and it made me look top heavy. So I got them removed, thinking, it'll make me look slimmer, which it didn't. And because of them removing it, it's one is lopsided, it's deformed, it's ripply, it's saggy, stretch marks. My nipples do these weird things when I move because I got them removed.
Okay, and so are they smaller? Even though you don't like the way they look, I'm just wondering, are they smaller than the way that they were naturally because like you had a son and the surgery, or like size wise, what does it look like?
It's very weird because I was an A and then I went to a C. And when they removed it, now I'm a B. But I can't ever find a bra because one is bigger, one is more, it's just lopsided. It's literally like lopsided.
Okay. Okay, so right, all of that makes sense. I just want to make sure your story is just a little bit different than other people's. So I just want to make sure
Oh,
we I'm making sure we got it all good. Okay, so John Heavy got a reversed. The implants taken out, now they're saggy.
my tummy tuck scar.
Because it's such a fine line for this show. This is not botched, you know. This is like I want to go back to my natural state. You know what I mean?
I
So
do.
that's why I'm just really thinking right now in my head on like how to make sure we say this correctly. You know, now my boobs are left. Well, I guess that's what it is. Now my boobs are left two different sizes, and
Rippling.
yeah, I just wanna, yeah, I guess we can say it. My boobs are left now two different sizes, and they're rippling. I regret ever getting them done in the first place. There was nothing wrong with them in the first place. Just like tell me that, like really stress that. Okay, so one more time. So just tell me, you know, now my boobs are left two different sizes, and then tell me the rest.
Okay, now my boobs are left two different sizes. There's a lot of rippling, saggy skin. My nipple is just so weird. Um, I do regret it. I should have just never touched them in the first place.
Okay, got it. And then okay, so you regret it. And then what about and tell me like what you thought these boobs were going to do for you. You know, I thought having these boobs was going to what? And what didn't they do?
I thought having a boob job would lead to I could wear bikinis, I could wear certain dresses, boys would like me more because I was so flat chested. I was very insecure about them. I used to stuff my bra. So I just thought this was going to bring me more happiness, and it just didn't. As I got older, I didn't want big boobs, and I think they were just fine the way they were, if I really think about it.
Okay, okay, and I just realized what I have been trying to think in my mind.
Mhm.
Okay, so tell me now, like, I've tried, I want to go back to a normal way, and I've tried to make this happen, and I didn't do a successful job at it, or something like that.
Like me wanting to change it or something. We want him
Yeah,
to go
because
back
like
to normal.
you've had them taken out, so
Mhm.
like you are trying to go back to a natural
Mhm.
way. It just didn't work out for you, right? So just tell me, like, I have been wanting to go back to a natural way, and that's why I got them taken out.
Because I always just wanted to like go back to my natural way. That's why I got him taken out. But it's worse than ever now.
Okay, good. Tell me it one more time. I have really like I want to go back to my natural way, which is why, or say it's something like that. Just a couple full sentences.
Okay, okay. I've always just wanted to go back to like my natural way. That is why I tried to get the breast salines off, and it just didn't work.
Okay, so instead of saying always, tell me when. So like when did you get the surgery?
Okay, I was 25 when I got my breast augmentation. I got them removed at 30 because I wanted to go back to my natural self.
Okay.
And
Okay, so 10 years.
mhm,
It's been 10 years.
mhm.
Okay, so I have wanted my natural body or my natural look back for 10 years. And then tell me, like, that's when I got the reversal done or something like that, just so we know the timeline.
Okay, so I've had my breast aug for 10 years, but I just wanted to go back to like my natural body. That's why I seek to get them removed.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know if it's like the time of day. I'm like losing my mind
Oh,
today.
take your time.
I just want to make sure we have it. Okay, so you had them for 5 years though, right?
No, wait, 25, maybe 7, like 30, 32, 7.
Okay. Um,
I don't even remember the dates, to be honest.
okay, that's okay. So, I had my implants in for like say 7 years then.
Mhm.
I've had my implants in for 7 years. And then I finally got them taken out. And I finally got them taken out because I want to be natural.
Okay.
Or I've been wanting to be natural for the past 10 years, which is why I took my implants out. Say that.
Okay. So I had my implants in for about 7 years, and I wanted to be more natural, so that's why I got them taken out. That's it.
Yeah, that's why I got them taken. And then tell me how long they've been out for, and how like they
Okay.
like.
Okay, so I had my implants in for about 7 years, and I decided to take them out, and it's been a good 8 years since they've been removed.
Okay. And then maybe just say, for the past 10 years, I've wanted a natural look.
Okay.
And then tell me why, and I tried taking them out and being natural, but it
Mhm.
hasn't worked for me or something like that.
Okay. Sorry. So do you want me to do the whole thing or just like I wanted
No,
them?
that's okay. You can just start this part. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been
For
wanting,
the past 10 years, yeah.
for the past 10 years, I just wanted to remove them. Sorry, why is this? Okay.
So for 10 years now, I have wanted my natural looking body back, which is why, and then tell me.
Okay. For 10 years now, I wanted my natural body back, so that is why I wanted to get my implants removed. And now that I did, it just made it worse.
Okay, got it. Okay. And then is there anything else besides your breast and your stomach that you would want to go back to natural on?
Maybe like my nose. I touched it so many times. It just doesn't look the same. It's actually
Okay.
gotten bigger if you ask me.
Okay. So, so tell me about the nose, so 10 years made it worse. And then to just say, I also regret ever touching my nose. But tell me why. Like, my mom and grandma always did this, but
Okay.
I have learned over the years there was nothing wrong with it. Or I don't want
Okay.
to put words in your mouth, but tell me about the
Okay.
emotional reason on why you regret it.
I regret ever touching my nose, um, because my mom and grandma think that it was like a really big nose. And after so many nose jobs and aloplasties, I should have just left it alone because it's actually bigger than how it was before. And I just want my old nose back.
Okay, good. Tell me just a little bit shorter, and when I say and I also regret, that's because we're gonna edit this together in a
Okay.
certain way.
Okay.
So just say, and I also regret ever touching my nose, or ever you don't have to say touching, but and I also regret ever getting any nose jobs. My grandma, my mom always made me feel insecure about my nose, but after years of working on myself or something, I realized my nose was never bad.
Okay. I regret ever getting my nose job. My mom and my grandmother would always say, like, you have such a big nose. And after so many nose jobs, I just wish that I could just go back to my old nose.
Okay, but tell me why. Like, I realized, my nose was never bad to start with, or
Okay.
something.
From there?
No, I would say those. So,
Okay.
And I also regret
Okay.
ever touching my nose, and then tell me the rest.
Okay. So I always regret that I've ever touched my nose. My mom and grandmother would make me feel insecure about it. So after many nose jobs, it's just left it even worse. I wish I could just go back to my normal nose.
Okay, good. And then tell me just one more time. I regret all of my nose jobs. My mom and my grandma put it in my mind that I didn't have a nice nose, but looking back at pictures, I did. There was nothing wrong with it, or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay. So I regret ever touching my nose. My mom and grandma would always make me feel insecure about it. So after all these nose jobs, I just want to like go back to my nose, and looking back at pictures and videos of me, um, I just want to look. I just want to look like how I used to look like before I even touched my nose. Because there
Okay,
was
that was
nothing
good.
wrong with me. Oh,
That's okay. We're just gonna say it one more time, okay? So, and I also regret all of my nose jobs. Tell me that. I look at photos of myself and I realize there was nothing wrong with my nose to begin with.
okay. I also regret getting a nose job. My mom and my grandmother would always make me feel insecure about it. And looking at old videos and pictures of me from the past, there was really nothing wrong with my nose.
Good. Okay, got it. Okay, that was good. So now tell me about, let's talk about, on a different note, how has plastic surgery positively impacted your life, if at all?
Plastic surgery impacted my life because as soon would get something done, I would have confidence for maybe a couple of months, and I would be happy. And then something in my mind would click and change and be like, that's not good enough, redo it. So it's a very short-lived happiness of maybe 1 or 2 months right after I'm out of surgery. So that brought me a lot of joy, thinking I was gonna look completely different, and I never did.
Got it. Okay. And so now tell me about the negative side of plastic surgery for you.
So my plastic surgery journey just ruined my marriage. He was like, yeah, get it tweaked here and there, and I just kept going. It was like an addiction. I couldn't stop. My son would always see me in bandages ever since he was a little boy, and he'd be like, Mama, you're beautiful, stop it. I lost relationships with my mom and my brother because they thought that I was like vain, and I never listened to them, and I wanted to like die all these surgeries, putting anesthesia every other year, and it would be like 9-hour surgeries, literally risking my life. And they couldn't tolerate how insane I was with this obsession of being perfect.
Okay, and so do you not talk to your mom at all anymore, or brother?
My brother, absolutely not. I do not talk to my brother at all. My mom, I see her maybe once a month because she wants to visit my son. But it's very simple. They just talk about what they talk about. Like,
Okay, so maybe just say, currently my relationship with my mom is very strained or something like that, and then just say something.
okay, so currently my relationship with my mom is very strained. I barely even see her these days. And when I do, it's because she wants to see my son.
Okay, got it. Alrighty, and what about here? Tell me about like your day-to-day routines and like how has plastic surgery affected that and like you emotionally?
So my day-to-day routine, I would get up, work out, and I'd sit in my makeup vanity for hours trying to make my nose smaller. I would watch videos to, contour my nose, tips and tricks to like how to like give your eyes like a lift, contour like all this like stuff here. So I'd be there for hours. If I had no plans for the whole entire day, I would just try to perfect my face. And it'd be hard because it's like that didn't work, so try this method, try that method. So a lot of mirror time for me, especially when my son's in school. I just stare at my body and be like, why?
So is this current or is this in the past?
Oh, that's my everyday life.
Okay, so sorry, it kind of sounded like you were talking about like the past. So tell me just one more time. So, on a day-to-day basis, and then, I am in my bathroom or whatever you want to
Hmm.
say, and then tell me one more time.
So my everyday life, my day to day, is just I'm in front of my vanity with certain kinds of light, just trying to like perfect my face, make my nose look smaller with makeup, contour, and I would just like look in the mirror in disgust all day. Like it just triggers me. Look in the mirror and just ruins the day.
And then, like, what would you say is like the most you've ever sat in front of a mirror?
I probably sat in front of the mirror for the most, maybe like all day, and just cry, and then stop crying, and then cry again. So maybe like a good 8 hours. When my son's in school, especially, I'm up there forever.
Okay, so tell me just maybe one more time then. You know, every day when my son's at school, I will sit and then tell me about the mirror one more time and 8 hours or the range of hours or something. So every day when my son's at school.
Every day when my son's at school, I would just stare at myself in the mirror the whole time. I would try to make my nose smaller by makeup, contour. I would look at all my scars and try to hide the scars with concealer and just like,
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. Tell me, but you're instead of saying I would say you do. So every day when my son's at school, I sit in front of the mirror for 8 hours. I'm looking at different makeup videos.
okay,
Tell it to me like that you are.
okay.
Okay, so every day when my son's at
Every
school.
every day when my son's at school, I would just stare at myself in the mirror for hours. I would look at makeup videos to make my nose smaller, how to hide my tummy tuck scar. I would research maybe I should get a tattoo there, and I would just obsess with perfecting my reflection.
Okay, and tell me how long have you been doing this for?
I have been obsessing about my face since I was 12 years old.
What about like the everyday in the mirror though?
Yeah, every day since I maybe not 12 because I didn't really have a mirror. Maybe like I started this obsession when I was like 14, 15, and it's an everyday thing of trying to look perfect.
Okay, so just say that one more time. Um, since I was 14, every day I stare at myself for hours in the mirror, and it still happens to this day.
Okay, so since I was 14 years old, I would stare at myself in the mirror every single day, and it hasn't stopped. I'm still doing the same thing till this day.
And then tell me that again, but say for hours.
Okay. Since I was 14 years old, I would just stare at the mirror for hours on hours. Um, and it's still happening till this day.
Okay. All right. And what about physical restrictions? What things can you not do anymore?
Okay, physical. Okay, so I can never be on time for anything. I would have jobs here and there, and I'm always late. Once I'm stuck looking at my reflection, the time will just go by and be like, oh my God, I missed my shift. Um, the only thing I'm always just in time about is like picking up my son, obviously, but everything else, it's like I can't make doctor's appointments. I can't go to my therapy on time. Like I'm always late for everything because it's a pain, right? It's like it's an emotional pain looking in the mirror and not liking what you see. So the days, minutes just fly.
Okay. What's something like a big event or something that like you haven't been on time to because of this that you can think back on in your
Okay.
life?
So my mom would have Christmas parties every Christmas Eve, and I would always be late to the event because it takes me forever to do my makeup, to make everything perfect, to make sure like I'm wearing the right Spanx. And if I didn't, then I would have to change and redo it again, and I would lose track of time.
Okay. Do people like? How does the public perceive you when it comes to like your looks and plastic surgery, or do they not really notice or say anything, or tell me about that?
So sometimes, so this is just family members. They would always tell me like, "You got so much plastic surgery, but you look the same." So that is a trigger. I will get so upset that I spent so much money changing, and for them to say you look exactly the same. That's like a number one trigger for me. Um, Generally, they'll be like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You look like a doll. Um, you look like this. Like your eyes are beautiful, or like I love your style." And then in my head, I'll just be like, "These are a bunch of pathological liars."
Do you think you look the same? I mean, them saying that, why did they say that?
To get under my skin, to pester me, to it's mostly like my mom and my brother, right? Because I guess they seen me, so I always look the same, or maybe they're doing it to just make me mad, so I'll stop doing it. I really don't understand. Like, because looking back in pictures, I look nothing like how I was like 10 years ago.
Okay. All right. What are some of your fears about reversing your nose and your breath, like everything? What are your fears about going back, reversing?
My fears going back reversing is, well, my number one fear is actually not waking up from anesthesia because I've been under anesthesia so many times. You know, I have a son to look after, so I'm very fearful for that. That's why I opt to just do everything awake and like sedated. I fear that it's not going to change. It's not going to bring me back to how I looked 20 years ago. You know, I fear that it might just make it worse. And there's a lot of things that just go in my head. Like, am I really going to do this again and then still have the same results? Am I going to die this time? You know,
Tell me, you did like a facelift awake, right? Or like, what are some of the extreme procedures you've done awake?
okay, so I got a facelift completely awake, a neck lift completely awake. I drove myself home because I was freaking insane. And the doctor's like, if you're fine, drive home. This is when I worked at the plastic surgeon's office. He removed my breasts awake. And like every single time I got a blepharoplasty, I was awake.
Okay. tell me about, so besides the actual physical part of, the recovery and everything and surgery, like, what are some things you're scared of after reversing? Like, are you scared, um, or do you have any fears about like getting your old nose back and breast back?
I don't have any fears when it comes to that decision that I do want to look more natural. Um, just the things that I said earlier, like my fears of not waking up and things like that, but like the actual trying to get back to my normal natural state, I'm more happy about it than and excited about it than anything.
And why is that?
So my nose could just go back to the way that it looked before and not be so much bigger. Um, go back to my old breasts because there was really nothing wrong with them. I could always just use push-up bras. I was completely fine with that. And my tummy tuck, it just, I should just, it's just really bad. Like it's really bad. Like the scar is keloid. It's disgusting.
Okay, got it. You're doing a great job. I know this is all really hard to talk about, and you have done a great job. Okay, tell me now about your ex-husband. And one more. And I know you've already said this, but tell me everything. Like, you know, I've lost, I've lost it all. What does that mean? Your husband, your family, like, did you, like, why? Tell me more.
So my husband put up with all my plastic surgeries for quite some time, maybe like a couple of years, and then I would rack up his credit cards without him knowing, say I'm never going to do it again, and then I'd find another surgeon and tell that surgeon I've never done anything, rack up his credit card. I would just find these ways. I used to steal thousands of dollars from my mom in her safe and be like, I didn't take it just for surgery. That was the worst thing. She would give me jewelry. I would pawn that for nothing, just to pay for surgery. And then I would always try to get hired different plastic surgeons just because it's either free or discounted. And it just took a toll. Like they couldn't handle me stealing so much money from them and denying it and saying I'll never do it again. After decades and decades of that, I don't blame them for not talking to me.
And what's your relationship like now with your ex?
Okay, so the relationship with me and my ex, we just co-parent. Um, we don't really talk about each other's lives anymore. We just strictly talk about our son. That's it. We're still best friends. We still go out. We still have dinners. But yeah, he was just like, you're getting out of hand. You're being selfish. Why can't you just be normal? Why are you so difficult?
Do you think if you stopped getting surgery once and for all, and you just did these reversals and showed him, do you think there's a chance for you guys in the future?
No. He was with me 15 years of all this, so no. And I wouldn't want to put him through that again. Like, he's never going to believe, oh, I'm never. Do you know how many times I said I am never getting surgery? I promise. And if it's not surgery, it's literally fillers and treatments and changing my veneers every 2 months. Like, there's always just something.
Do you think that if you were to get this reversed and go on this journey, you would show your ex-husband and your mom that you are serious though about changing?
You know, maybe I can like try, but it's always like they always tell me seeing is believing. Actions are more than words. So it's gonna take some time for them to be like, okay, you know what, Pammy, maybe she really is grown up now and she's done with it. Because it's not that I get a lot of plastic surgery. It's just like I keep trying to fix something that's not broken. So I'm always trying to reverse it, and it just keeps getting worse.
Okay. So now tell me, like I want to show my ex-husband and my mom that I can stop. And tell me the truth. Like, do you not know how? or like, or tell me your thoughts on that. Like, I really want to show them that I'm serious about finally stopping, and then tell me your thoughts on like finish that sentence.
Okay, so I really want to show my family, my ex-husband, especially my mom, that after I get everything reversed, this is it. Like I'm completely done. Um, they're just not gonna believe me. I don't know how to prove it to them. They don't believe anything I say, and it's just that's it. Like they're not gonna believe me. I've lied so long. You wouldn't believe me either. Do you know what I mean?
So tell me, like my family, they will not believe me if I say that this is the last time
Okay.
I am, but I want them to because I'm serious and I want to stop or something
Mhm.
like that.
So, I want to tell my family that this is the absolute last time I'm ever going to do anything. And I really want them to believe me and I really want them to know that this is the last time and I'm going to stop. But I don't think they will.
You don't think they will what? Say, but I don't think they will believe me.
Okay. So, I really want to tell my family, especially my mom, that this is the last time I'm ever going to do plastic surgery. Um, but I don't know how because they're never going to believe me. And I really want them to give me one last chance. But I lied so long and they're just not going to believe me because they heard it all before.
And so tell me, like, did plastic surgery, did this like ruin your life?
Plastic surgery did ruin my life in different ways. It ruined relationships. My ex husband, it's probably ruining my relationship with my boyfriend now because that's all I talk about. My mom and my brother, my nieces and nephews, I don't even see them because of this. I spent so much money that it's like I'm in so much debt. And I'm sorry. What else? I got lost there for a second.
No, of course. No, this is so hard, and I'm so sorry to like drag all this out of you. I really am. I really like. I just want to make sure we have it all, so we can help.
Yeah.
Honestly, so we really, really can. Um, I really hope we can help. I really do. Um, what would you go back and tell your pre-surgery self? If you could go back and tell yourself something, what would you say?
I would say, oh, hold on. Sorry. I would say, Pammy, once you start one like plastic surgery, let's say nose, you're not going to be able to stop. It is an addiction. It's like a drug. Um, I would tell her it's kind of like smoking weed for the first time, and then it's like not enough, so you want to go drink, and then you want to do cocaine, and it just gets higher. Because I always wanted plastic surgery, but after I got my breasts and my boobs done, I couldn't stop. I was like, what about my arms? What about my back? Can they remove a rib? Like, I would just Google. So I would just tell her, don't even start. You're fine the way you look. You know, like everyone thinks you're pretty. Don't touch anything. You're not ugly. You're not hideous. Don't touch anything.
Tell me, what's your son think right now?
He doesn't, so my son doesn't really believe me because I always tell him, he's like, Mama, you look really bad. He would actually take care of me because my ex husband was so done taking care of me. So he would give me my pills and stuff. He's like, Mama, if you love me, you'll stop. If you love me, you'll stop. So I have stopped. It's been like 2 years, I think. And then, like, he's just like, you're so pretty. You don't need it. Do it for me. Do it for me. He is anti, like, plastic surgery, anti even filler or anything. Everyone in my surroundings are just anti anything plastic surgery.
Tell me, what do you think you would look like if you could, like, if you think you went back to before having surgery now, like, what do you think you'll look like once you get back to like a natural nose and natural boobs? Tell me your thoughts.
I think if I went back to natural boobs and nose, I'll look more youthful. I'll look younger. Um, because there was really nothing wrong with me when I was like growing up. And yeah, I
Tell,
mean,
tell me that just one more time, but it was good. One more time.
what was it again? I'm sorry, I'm getting like lost
So,
there.
um, what did I say? If I don't even know um, what do you think you'll look like? What do you think you'll look like getting your natural boobs and nose back?
I think if I get my natural nose and boobs back, I'll look more youthful, younger. Um, because I would look back at pictures and it's like, can I look like her again? I think it'll bring more joy to my life to stop obsessing about why I did this, why I did that, and just be happier, to be honest.
Okay, got it. And then just trying to think, um, what's prevented you from getting these reversals yet?
Money. I would have gotten them already, but money right now. But if I had it, it would have been done, to be honest. So, yeah.
Okay, got it. And then what else? Is there anything else that you want to like add or say about like your journey that like we haven't already touched upon that you'd like to share?
Mm, I mean, I don't think so. We kind of got everything down, right? Like my
Oh,
childhood and.
let's just do the ending then, like an ending thing, like I am ready to. Sorry, that's my toddler if you hear him in the background.
Oh,
Um, I am ready to get my life back. It's all been taken away from me from plastic surgery. I'm ready to go back to my natural self and I don't know, something like that to
okay.
just kind of end it all up.
So I just want to look like my natural self, get my life back, be happier, and never have to think about this ever again.
Good. Tell me one more time. Start it and be like, I'm ready to take control of my life again. And then tell me one more time.
Okay, I am ready to take over my life once again. Plastic surgery took my life away for so long, and I am just ready to start new and start fresh.
Good. One more time, just since it's the last thing everyone's going to see.
Mm.
But it was good. Go for it.
Okay, tell me exactly what you want.
So, I'm ready to take my life back now.
Okay, so I'm ready to take my life back, like right now. Plastic surgery took my life away for so long, and I am ready to just start a new life and start a new journey of happiness.
Yeah,
No?
that was good. Just tell it to me a little bit faster, but again, it was really good. I'm ready to take my life back now. I want to be natural. I want to get my relationships back. This is the new start for me.
Okay. What was the first one? I'm ready to get my life back?
I'm ready to take my life back now.
I am ready to take my life back now. Fuck. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like messing up, and it's like the end of it already.
It's
So
okay. I'm ready to take my life back now. And then I want to get my relationships back.
okay,
I want to look natural again. And I'm ready to start this new chapter now.
okay. I'm ready to change my life up now. I want to get my relationships back. I want to just go back to my natural self and just start this whole different journey.
Beautiful. Okay, good. And then last thing we're going to do is just the very beginning of this presentation will be the first thing everyone will see. So just like a quick little recap, okay? So of everything that we just talked about in like literally 3 sentences. So something like plastic surgery destroyed my entire life and I need to get it back and it starts with reversing my nose and my boobs or something like that.
Okay. Sorry, one more time. Susie, I'm sorry.
So, no, it's okay. This is the last thing we're going to do, I promise.
Okay.
I know it's really long. So, plastic surgery has ruined my life.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get back all my plastic surgery has ruined my life.
I need to
And
get
I'm
it back.
ready to get it all back. And it starts with my boobs and my nose reversal.
Okay. Plastic surgery ruined my life, right? Okay. Plastic surgery ruined my life. I'm ready to have my relationships back, and I feel like this reversal will be a whole new journey of newness and happiness. Something like that.
That was good. And then, but just say what the reversals are. So,
Okay.
plastic surgery has ruined my life. Plastic surgery has ruined my life. Getting a reversal of my breasts and my nose will be the start of the better version of me, or
Okay.
something like that.
Plastic surgery ruined my life. So the reversal of my nose, my breast, and my tummy will be the start of a whole new life for me.
Beautiful. Okay, good.
Recording stopped.
Thank you. That is
Okay.
all we need. I will keep you. Did you send photos or not yet?
I did. I just couldn't
Okay,
find, I haven't taken the pictures of how they look like now, but I can do
Okay.
that and then send
Yes,
it.
please do that. Lots of different angles, okay? So either have like your son take them if you can, or do a timer, like anything where we can really see clear photos from different angles.
Like even my
Okay.
breasts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because the doctors need to see it.
Okay.
Okay. You don't need to take photos of your face with your breasts if you don't want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so send those over, and I will definitely keep you posted along the way. But I know this was really hard to talk about. You did a great job opening up, and thank you for sharing your story. And
Thank
I'll
you.
for sure keep you posted, okay?
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, love. Thank you so much. You too. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God, that was excruciating. An hour.